Did you know that the solar eclipse happening on April 8th is a lot more crucial than you think? Jesus spoke about Matthew that this evil, adulterous generation seeks for a sign, but no sign shall be given to it except for the sign that happened in the days of the prophet Jonah. In Luke, it says, "As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be as the coming of the Son of Man." But you will not believe the path of the solar eclipse will take. It'll cross over several towns named Nineveh and even Rapture, Indiana. But that's not even the crazy part. It also goes over the Ark. And it'll happen under the constellation Cetus, which means whale, which is what swallowed up Jonah. Subscribe right now if you want to learn more about Jesus and be ready when he comes back.
What do you think about Bohemian Grove?
I used to work there.
You used to work there?
Yeah.
And now you work at Camp Meeker?
No, I don't work. Yeah, I live in Camp Meeker.
Oh, you live there?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. What'd you do at the...
I just worked there.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
you never saw them march around in the red robes? And
No.
Oh, really? That doesn't go on?
But yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Here's just one of many signs sporting French with skulls adorned with other trappings of death. We also saw signage with Latin and other ancient languages. Here you can see the bottom of the stone owl with the altar and the eternal flame, a Aladdin lamp style urn that continually burns year-round, we're told. Keep in mind the scale of the idol compared to those giant redwood trees. It's at least 45 feet tall. This is America, and it's been going on for 120 plus years in Northern California. This is not some new fad. We're talking about something deadly serious with its roots in ancient history.
A thirsty man. Look out.
One of the Sonoma County Sheriff's deputies showed up and began asking us why we were filming. We calmly told him we were just sightseeing as members of the Bohemian Club. The point that has to be made here, though, is they do have hidden cameras.
Can you imagine that 36,000 years ago, according to mainstream, we were like hunter-gatherers just trying to find scraps on the ground and scavenging to eat and trying to, group hunt mammoths and all this kind of crazy stuff and living out of caves and everything else. And at the same time that's all supposed to be going on, this is being written. This is being written. All right? So let me ask you this question based on bare bones logic. If you're living in a civilization where your main goal of the day is to survive and just find some type of food and shelter, do you have time to write these kind of works of art? Do you have time to understand quantum physics, quantum mechanics, theoretical physics, philosophy, frequencies and vibrations? Do you have time for that? So something ain't adding up. Either some people came here with some real knowledge, or they don't want us to know that these people came here with the real knowledge because they don't teach you this in school.
An unidentified individual has posted a video on the dark web entitled, "The Dark Web Inevitably Reveals the Truth." It questions the nature of the pyramids. The footage shows how, using a remote-controlled car, he illegally enters the pyramids and discovers horrors.
When Enlil, who's known as Yahweh, comes back and sees humans building a tower into the heavens in one of these cities, duplicating what the Anunnaki had built, he gets pissed off because he realizes, oh man, Enki got me. These people are too smart. So he destroys the tower. And he says, my seed shall not abide in man forever. His years shall be 120. And what's the maximum lifespan of a human being in the most pristine condition according to Harvard? 120 years. Then the next thing he did was he separated humans and put them in different places around the planet, just like the tablets say. And then it's crazy.
NASA captured heaven in an image.
Pay attention and listen, because NASA found heaven using the Hubble telescope. Look.
Hey, the Hubble telescope launched back in 1990. 4 years later, 1994, we get that image right there. Okay, shot back down to Earth from the Hubble telescope. Now, what did NASA do? Of course, they tried to hide it, but it didn't work. Now, by the way, that picture right there, my uncle gave me that picture. It was taken by a photographer at Ellington Airfield of the Hubble telescope. You guys know my uncle worked at NASA, and he told me that NASA, does in fact try to hide images and anomalies from the public. Okay, I just wanted to include that little tidbit of information in my video today. By the way, my microphone shorted out. I'm using a different microphone, guys. But check it out. I mean, look, you can see towers, pillars, caves. I mean, it looks like a man-made building. Okay, this galactic city in the middle of the universe. I mean, this is mind-blowing. I thought it was fake, but this, like I said, guys, this is a real NASA image leaked to the public. And I don't know why I've never heard about it. I was watching another channel last night, and they covered the topic here, and I was blown away. I mean, it's quite beautiful, actually. And the crazy thing is, okay, when it was leaked back in 1994, it was one day after Christmas. So was that intentional? Because they're calling it, the city of God. So to me, I mean, I don't know, was that someone at NASA that, is basically trying to send us, the American people, the Earth, the world, for the world, really, when we're talking about the Hubble telescope, are they trying to send us a message? I mean, what are we looking at here, guys? Crazy. I mean, it reminds me of ancient ruins on Mars or the moon or any planet for that matter, but check it out. And it has these weird domes and tower, almost like a watchtower, and you can actually see different rooms. And I mean, to me, there's too many shapes and there's too much geography there. It doesn't look natural. Okay. And again, it's very beautiful to look at. When I saw it, I just kind of stared at it for a while. I was like, wow, that is absolutely beautiful. But I mean, right there's the original image right there. I did add a little bit of a filter, but like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the original NASA image untouched. And also, we're going to zoom in here in a minute and, get a good close look at it. Because you guys know I do everything I can to show you every bit of detail. I mean, right there, guys. Here we go. We're going to zoom in a little bit. I mean, that to me, I don't know, that does not look natural. And why would something like that be literally floating in space, right? And right there, you see that little tower? And is that like a little moon? Maybe they have two moons behind them. It looks like a city. Like something you would see on Google Maps. I mean, totally crazy. There's a little tunnel right there, some caves, and almost like a V-shaped roof back there, some type of awning. I don't know, guys. I mean, you tell me. You tell me what you think in the comment section, because, I'm completely blown away here. And when you put all the facts together, the fact that it was leaked, okay, NASA tried to classify the picture, right? They tried to hide the picture from the public, but it was too late. Reporters already had their hands on it. And by the way, it's kind of buried on the internet.
Pay attention to what he said, because his father used to work for NASA, and NASA would withhold images from the public. They didn't want anyone seeing these images. But this image right here is the one that got leaked in 1994. Now, the fact that this is a confirmed leak image from NASA and that the Hubble Space Telescope took this image, this holds some weight to it, and I'm finding it hard not to believe. But I'm going to do some digging and see what I can find. All you got to do is continue to pay attention because things are getting weird.
Can you grab the cutters?
Yep. Despite the seriousness of her circumstances, Cassie doesn't seem too worried while waiting for police to come back with a tool to remove the flexicuffs around her arms.
Oh, let me get these things off, yeah.
Okay.
You are doing all right eating?
I was getting there. You get them?
Yeah, I mean, these things are thick. Let me do it away from you so I don't,
Stab me.
yeah. Well, I just did already. You feel better?
Yes. Thank you.
With that handled, the investigators settle down to eat with Cassie. It's unusual that everyone is eating together and an out-of-the-box approach. Though likely a non-standard, it's a very interesting tactic to establishing rapport. It plays into the natural association to relax while eating and will likely be very effective. As the group eats, the investigators set about getting to know Cassie better.
You in the sports? Obviously, I guess, was told the karate stuff.
Kung Fu, yeah.
What's up with that stuff? Is it Kung Fu? Is that what it's called?
Well, I did this martial arts called Tang Soo for 6 years, and that's South Korean. And then I grew out of that, and then I found Shaolin Gong Fu, which is basically Kung Fu, but that's what they call it in Chinese. And so I started doing that, and I've been doing that for 4 or 5 years.
I actually heard you're pretty good at it.
Yeah, I'll go to tournaments.
confident.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to tournaments all the time. I went to China for a month last year.
Wendy and Randall made the trip to China possible for Cassie. According to friends,
now this is interesting. The top 3 most protected people on the planet, and trust me, the first one will surprise you. Number 3, Mark Zuckerberg. This guy keeps it simple with his wardrobe. No high-end fashion for him. But when it comes to security, he's all in, spending a massive $20 million every year. There's even talk about a secret escape hatch right in his office. Number 2, Vladimir Lenin. Believe it or not, you don't even have to be alive to be well protected. Lenin's been in his mausoleum with 24/7 security for over 97 years. The guards are super committed, treating his remains as Russia's most precious asset. Number 1, Donald J. Trump. The former US president is the most protected billionaire in the world. He takes security to the extreme. We're talking a staggering $120 million a year budget for a personal security team of more than 1,000. His vehicle, the Beast, is like something from the future. It's the most fortified car out there. This guy's security is in a league of its own.
The genetic manipulation by the Anunnaki is more than mere myth. It finds echoes in the ancient texts and archaeological findings scattered across East Central Africa. The discovery of ancient gold mines dating back 100,000 years aligns perfectly with the mitochondrial DNA evidence tracing the origins of Homo sapiens to the same region. The theory of the Anunnaki is further supported by intriguing astronomical evidence. The perturbations observed in the orbits of Uranus and Neptune, alongside data from the infrared astronomical satellite, hint at the existence of a 10th planet in our solar system. This celestial body, believed by some to be Nibiru, is the alleged home of the Anunnaki. while scholars remain divided over the accuracy of Zecharia Sitchin's translations of ancient texts, with figures like Michael Heiser offering criticisms and others like Alessandro de Montes defending Sitchin's work. Beyond the realm of language, the influence of the Anunnaki is evident in the sudden emergence of advanced Sumerian civilization, marked by significant leaps in technology, mathematics, and astronomy, hallmarks of Anunnaki tutelage. The ancient Sumerian pantheon of Anunnaki has cast a long shadow over the Americas as well. Deities like Veriko-Chia and Quetzalcoatl bear striking resemblances to Sumerian gods Ishkur and Ninjazida, Thoth, suggesting a transcontinental cultural exchange. The megalithic structures scattered across South America not only showcase advanced engineering, but also feature alignments and construction techniques that mirror those of ancient Sumeria and other old world civilizations. Central to the Anunnaki saga is the construction of spaceports, conduits for the celestial exchange between Earth and Nibiru. These operations, however, were marred by dissent among the Anunnaki laborers, leading to a pivotal moment in terrestrial history, the engineered birth of humanity as a solution to the labor crisis. The deluge, a global flood that nearly wiped out all trace of humanity from the planet, necessitated the construction of a new spaceport in the Sinai Peninsula, under the direction of Hathor, also known as Ninharsag. This period also witnessed the Giza Pyramid's emergence as functional beacons in the Anunnaki's terrestrial operations, challenging conventional historical accounts of their purpose and origin.
That we've lost 90+% of everything ancient in terms of writings and artifacts and describing their story. They literally stole or burned everything. And to this day, the majority of those documents, do you know where they are? They still exist.
Where?
The Vatican. The Vatican Library has an entire collection of Maya, Aztec, Egyptian, as well as ancient Sumerian tablets. When they conquered that region, it went back to Spain first.
So how do we know that it ended up at the Vatican?
Because the Vatican was the head of the Catholic Church. And the Vatican is the powerhouse behind why they went and conquered the Americas. Because Spain was an empire, and that empire was religion was a huge part of that empire.
That's verified.
The Vatican Archives is a central storehouse for anything that doesn't fit in the conventional narrative. And I think it's an easy way to catalog and hide something. And to get in there, you can only be a very, very high-level individual. As well as that, you have to have something specific you know you're looking for. They do not let you wander around.